Ready na po tayo ha. Paki-open na po lahat po. Please po, pangit po kasing tingnan. Paki-open. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Marina's Powerhouse Team Review and Training Center. Welcome to our free REE and RNE online mentoring. No? Ito po yung libreng pinagkakaloob ng MPHT Review Center po sa inyong lahat, mga kawerpa. No? So, my name is Engineer Reggie Marina. You can call me Kuya Reg for short. No? So, kami po maglilingkod po sa inyo. No? Ito po isang format na para makatulong sa ating mga estudyante at para po sa mga nagre-review for the licensure exam in electrical engineering and in master electrician. So, good day everyone. So, okay, para hindi na po tayo magtagal, let us start for the first question of the day. Okay, the first question is from, again, from Mr. Jonel Tepait. Okay, he is connected, partner. Okay, good day, Sir Jonel.
Yes po.
Can I hear your voice? Okay.
Good afternoon po.
Yes, good afternoon, good afternoon. So, I'll try to speak in English, so that our non-Filipino students can also understand what we are discussing, no? Because our objective is to help the students not only in the Philippines but all around the globe, no? Well, don't worry, from time to time I'll be speaking our language, no? So, wala naman pong problema. There's no problem about it. So, okay. So, let's go now to the first question of the day. So, you send this question. Electric DC generator have normally an overall efficiency of the order of blank. So, what is the approximate range of the overall efficiency of DC generator? No? So, we are referring to a DC generator. So, what is the overall efficiency? Okay, so I'll have first a discussion about the efficiency, no? What is the basic formula for efficiency of any electrical system, okay, or any machinery? This is the general formula. So we have here the power output over power input. Power input times 100%. Okay. So, remember that the power input is equal to the power output plus power losses or power loss. Okay. So, we have here power output over power output, okay, plus we have the power loss or power losses times 100%. Okay, so in DC generator, so our power loss, let's say, the power loss, basically, it has two types, no? What are the two types of power losses, no? Two types of power losses. Okay? Basically, we have what we call the variable loss, okay, and we have the constant loss. Any type of electrical machinery, DC machinery, transformers, alternators, AC motors, has all of these losses. Two types of power losses. Well, if we are talking of the variable loss, from the word variable, meaning it varies, no? It changes, nagbabago siya. Okay, so we are referring to, usually we are referring to the copper loss. copper loss. Or shall we say, copper loss, or what we call the I squared R loss. I squared R loss. Okay? I squared R loss. Okay. What about now for the constant loss? Okay, from the word constant, it does not change. Variable meaning it changes, no, it varies. Constant loss does not change. Okay? So, constant loss. So, the constant loss does not change. This usually refers to the mechanical losses. Or shall we say the rotational losses? Rotational losses. Or core loss or iron loss. Just like in a transformer. Okay. So, sometimes they refer to, in electrical machinery in general, they have what we call the stray load loss, no? Or the miscellaneous loss. Stray load loss. Okay, for the case of the DC generator, that is the field loss. Field loss. These losses are usually constant losses. The variable loss is usually the other term for variable loss, by the way. No? The other term is electrical loss or electrical loss. Okay? So those are the synonyms of the word variable, meaning copper loss, electrical loss, I squared R loss. Okay? For constant loss, we have the mechanical, rotational losses, core loss, iron loss, stray load loss, no? Okay, for rotating machinery, they have the friction, and windage loss. There you are. Okay. So these are some types of the constant losses. Okay. So as we see here, no, our given is DC generator. A DC generator has what we call a rotational loss or a mechanical loss. No? We have a rotational loss. Unlike in a transformer, that it has no rotating parts. A transformer has no rotating parts. No? Okay? So, walang rotating part. Yung umiikot na part sa transformer. No? It has no rotating part. Sir, there is like an exhaust fan in a transformer. I saw that in a substation. I saw a blade, then it acts as a cooler in the transformer coil. No? Well, these are miscellaneous part of a transformer. But basically, transformer has the core and the winding. No? These are the primary parts of a transformer. No? So, if you see the fans, okay, that makes the transformer cooler, no, in it, so that it will not become overheated, especially during overload condition, wherein this will create a higher temperature. Okay, so the more you load your machinery, or the more you overload the machinery, the higher the temperature it may have. Okay, so well, this is just a discussion about the efficiency. Okay. This is my answer. No, it's not my answer. Okay. This is the answer. There you are. That is the answer. Awer Pang Junel. Okay? 85 to 95%, which is letter D. That is the answer. 85 to 95%. letter D. Okay. Where did you get that, sir? I got it from Google. No? Of course, everybody is, if you are studying, you are getting from sources like books, video books, YouTube, Google, or maybe any other sources. Okay? So, well, I trust paring Google. Okay? Kumpare ko yan eh. No? Kumpare natin yan. Google ka ba? Sagot. Kasi nasa iyo na lahat eh. Okay. So, it is also found in electrical engineering book, actually. Okay. So, this is the answer from the internet. DC generator are very reliable with efficiency ratings of 85 to 95%. They are compact and light in weight. Okay, lightweight, magaan siya. They provide consistent and constant output. Di pa bago-bago yung output voltage niya. No? It doesn't vary, the output voltage. No? They can be used to provide variable output power. No? So, you can increase or decrease the power level of your generator. Well, this is the link. No? Okay, I'll give you a tip when studying nowadays. Especially, we are online. I'll give you a tip for those students, even high school students. No? To all students, this is my tip to everyone. If there is a question, no? Let's say your professor gave you a question like this, or assignment. All you have to do is to click. Just click here, subscribe. Just click it in a Google. But sometimes there are a little problem sometimes of constructing the question. Sometimes you cannot once you input, I mean the question, once you input the question, sometimes there's a problem. You know, I construct this question. When I construct this, if you type this literally, word per word, electric DC generator have normally an overall efficiency of the order of blank. No, never put the choices, of course. No. Once you input this in the Google, never put the choices. An overall efficiency of the order blank. And do not use blank to Google. Paring Google will not understand you. Okay? You may reconstruct this question. You know, when I reconstruct this question, then I click. Right away, he will give you this answer right away. I'm happy because paring Google will give you right away this answer. But how to rephrase these questions? How to rephrase this question? In DC, generator have normally an overall efficiency of the order. Well, you can say that, how is this? You can have it, what is the overall range? You may say that. What is the overall range, no, of efficiency of a DC generator? That's one thing. You have to rephrase sometimes. Because if you will type this, just copy-paste this question, sometimes there are some confusion. The Google will give you a lot of details there, and you have to search. But if you want to get an exact answer from Google, you should give him also an exact question. What do I mean? You should give him a very specific question also. Tutumbukin mo na kagad. No? What is the overall efficiency range of a DC generator? That's one thing. No? Kasi pag tinype mo to ng basta-basta, overall as an overall efficiency of the order blank. Google will not understand you. Actually, when I type this, I just type electric DC generator has an overall efficiency of what? I just typed it right, just like that. And that will give you an answer right away. I'll show to you. This is my cell phone. I'll show it to you. Everyone. And those our viewers in Facebook Live. So this is an in-depth mentoring about the RE and RME board exam question. Go to Google. Okay, naka-Google na ba kayo? Dapat naka-internet kayo, no? Okay. I type electric DC generator have overall efficiency range of what? Ganon ko siya ginawa, no? Yun ang eksaktong ginawa ko. No? Ulitin ko, ha? I repeat. Hindi na nila ito mababasa. Ang mismo kong nilagay dito ay electric DC generator have overall efficiency range. Because this is a range, right? That is a range. 80 to 90, 75 to 85, 85 to 95. So, ang mismong tinype ko dito sa Google ay electric DC generator have overall efficiency range of what? Ayun. That's one thing. Well, you can also have what is the efficiency range? What is the overall efficiency range of DC generator? No? Pwede rin yun. That can be. Okay? You have, it's an advantage. It's a big advantage if you are good in English. Okay? Junel? So, mataas ba grade mo sa English? What is your grade when you're studying in English? Subject?
High school grade lang po. High school grade.
74 and a half? Joke lang. Okay. So, okay, Kajunel, so this is my answer to your question. This is not my answer nga pala, ulit. This is the Google's answer. Okay? Okay. That is also the answer from the books. I saw this also in books. Okay. This is your next question, okay? Okay, your next question is this. Okay, please listen again. No, again. With DC generator, which of the following regulation is preferred? No? You see, if you will just type this, maybe it's, if you will type this with the DC generator, with DC generator, which of the following regulation is preferred? So, if you will type this with DC generator, if you will not replace this, I mean, no? Okay, let us type with DC generator, which of the following? Are you going to type the choices? Of course not. Which of the following, tingnan natin kung lalabas niya agad yung sagot, ha? Which of the following regulation? Type nyo sa Google, ha? Regulation is preferred. Is preferred. Then put a question mark. Let's see kung ilalabas niya rin. Okay, so yung nakita ko dito, I see studysite.org. Okay. Parehas din. Lalabas din ba agad? Okay. Buti, meron din. May lumabas din agad. Well, this is good, no? Na-type mo ba sa'yo, Junel? Kawerpan, Junel, na-type mo ba? Tuturuan kita mag-research, ha? Pwede rin pala kahit i-type mo mismo to. But if you are going to restructure this in a more appropriate or exact way, okay? With DC generator, which of the following regulation is preferred? It's better you say, what is the preferred voltage regulation of DC generator? You can also rephrase like that. What is the preferred voltage regulation? Because this regulation refers to the voltage regulation. It refers to the voltage regulation. Okay? Well, anyway, the question also, if you are going to type this directly from Google, in Google, so this will give you this answer. What is this answer? The answer is letter 1% regulation. Actually, the Google will show you the exact question. Have you tried that? You can try that. Everyone. If this is your question, you type that in Google, that will give you question. Okay? Who tried? Did you try that? This will be the answer, 1% regulation. 100%, that is unreal. 50%, that's too large. Infinite, lalo na, no? More so. Regulation must be as small as possible. Why? Okay. To give you a little discussion about voltage regulation. Voltage regulation in a DC generator is what we call the V no load. This is the no load voltage minus the V full load all over V full load times 100%. What do we mean by V no load minus V full load? What do you mean by this? Okay. If we have a DC generator here, this is our DC generator. Okay. I will put a voltmeter here. This is our generator. Then I will put a voltmeter here. Then I will run this generator. Of course, there is a prime mover here, no? Or let's say this is a motor generator set. Or, okay, well, in power plant, they have what we call the turbines, no? The hydraulic engine, okay, hydraulic turbines, no? But for this generator, let's say you have your motor here. This is your prime mover to drive this generator. Let's say this, you have the output voltage. It has no load. It has no load. Here, open to. It has no load. Open circuit. If you are going to put the voltmeter here, then if this will read 240 volts. Meaning that 240 volts is what we call the no load voltage. That is the no load voltage. The VNL. No load voltage. Take note, it is 240 volts. I will put it here. 240. But, if you are going to put a load here, a generator, basically, what will happen to a generator? That will reduce its value. Let's say that will just become 230 volts. So, let us put it here. The 230 volts, this is divided by 230, right? This is times 100%. Okay, as you see this one, so this will be 240, okay, minus 230, simply 10 volts. Divided by 230 times 100%. How many percent is our voltage regulation? Okay, so we have 10 divided by 230. 10 divided by 230 is times 100. That is 4.35. 4.35%. 4.35%. So this is 4.35. No? Okay? You see, that is our percent voltage regulation. No? If we mean regulation or percent regulation in DC generator, we are referring to the voltage regulation. If we mean regulation in a motor, what is that? Okay, this is additional input. What is the speed regulation in a motor? Let's say in a DC motor, whether it is DC or AC, no problem. So, this is the speed. Small n is the speed. Let's say in revolution per minute. Speed at no load minus speed at full load divided by speed at full load. Okay, then times 100%. What do I mean? Let's have this. Let's say a DC motor run. Then you have a tachometer. Kajonel, you know tachometer? You know tachometer? You know taco in billiards? Oh, no, it's not that. That is taco.
Yes,
Okay? Tachometer, it is a meter that measures the speed of a motor. Okay? Lumabas na sa board yun. Tandaan nyo, ha? Tachometer. Tachometer. Tachometer, no? This measures the speed of a motor. Let's say we have here, at no load, let's say there is a certain motor. Oh, here. Let's say you have a motor here. Then, you put a tachometer. Let's say this is a motor. Then, you put a tachometer here. This is a tachometer. There you are. That is a tachometer. Okay? You put the tip of a tachometer. Let's say this is the tip of a tachometer to the tip of the shaft of the motor. And then you put this. And then you measure. Iikot din to. This will also rotate. Then you will see the reading in the tachometer. Okay? Then you will read. You will read that. Let's say your initial reading is 1,800 RPM minus, let's say, the no load. If your motor has no mechanical load, you measure, let's say, 1.8. But when you put a mechanical load in the shaft, no? Okay? Then you take a look at the speed. Okay? Okay? You connect, let's say your tachometer is on the, you put at the rear part or at the back of your motor, and then in the front, you have your mechanical load. Or shall we say, you have your blade, you put your blade, then you put again the tachometer. Well, actually, there is a special type of tachometer. We use this in the experiment in the university. This is what we call a stroboscope. Stroboscope. What is a stroboscope? Stroboscope, this measures the speed of a rotating machine, like a motor. There is just a red light, no? That's, let's say, a red light. No, kulay pulang ilaw yon. Ilaw lang, no? Then you will see the RPM, no? In your stroboscope. You don't have to connect the tip of the motor, no? Once it rotates, you put, no? Ilagay mo lang doon. Okay, now. Okay? We have 1.8. Let's say that is the no load speed. But when you put a mechanical load in the shaft, let's say, or shall we say in the belt, right? In an elevator, there is a belt, let's say, in a conveyor. Okay? So, this becomes 1,700 RPM. So, divided by 1,700 times 100%. So, how much is this? Okay, 1.8 minus 1.7 is simply 100 RPM divided by 1,700. Equals 10 times 100. The answer is 5.88. Is that correct? 100 divided by 1,700. So the answer is 5.88%. Okay? That is the speed regulation of a motor. Again, if you are repairing to a motor, it is speed regulation. No, pag sinabing regulation, speed regulation yon pagdating sa motor. Pag sa generator, voltage regulation. Okay? So that is our discussion about regulation. No? So, anyway, kanina ko pa nasagutan yung tanong mo. So, the answer would be 1%. And that is letter A. Okay? Kaware pa? Letter A. Okay? Thank you. Okay, here's your next question. Where Panjonel, this is from the Philippine Electrical Code 2017 edition. You remember this question? Pinadala mo sa amin. Thumbs up nga.
Yes po.
Okay. This is your question. The phase current in a grounding auto transformer is blank the neutral current. This is a hard question. This is a very hard question. Even the REEs will find this difficult when this comes in the board exam. So, mahirap po ito. No, yan ang mahirap sa code, no? Kailangan eksakto ka diyan. No? Eksakto ka diyan. Okay? Blank. Fill in the blank siya. So, what is the answer of the Philippine Electrical Code? Actually, a grounding auto transformer, no, is what we call also as a zigzag transformer. Zigzag. You know zigzag? Ako, nag-drive na ako sa zigzag eh. No? Okay. So, this is a zigzag transformer, also known as the grounding auto transformer. Okay? That is the other term. What is your proof that the zigzag transformer is also the grounding auto transformer? Later, I will answer it. Okay. So, punta muna tayo dito. What is a zigzag transformer? A zigzag transformer has no secondary winding. You know, if we mean auto transformer, it is a transformer that has a single winding. So, isa lang po ang winding nun, mga kawerpa. It is a three-limb or branch transformer. Each limb has got two identical windings. Its limbs or legs has two identical windings. One set of winding is connected in star to provide the neutral point. You see, there is what we call the neutral point, meaning there is a Y connection here. The other ends of the set of the winding are connected to the second set of the winding as shown in the figure below. The direction of the current in the two winding on each limb is opposite to the other. Okay, I will show you this figure. See? This is a zigzag transformer. Okay? So, ito na po yung zigzag transformer natin. Okay? There should be another winding here. So, this is the ground. Zigzag transformer. What is the use of this? Zigzag transformer for neutral grounding. You see, you have here a power transformer, no? Okay? Basically, our power transformer here is, what is the connection of this? It's delta, no? The delta connection, no? That is connected in delta. This is Y, because there is star point here, this is delta. And you can have also a zigzag transformer, no? That will have a Y connection. Under normal operating condition, the total flux in each link is negligible small. Therefore, the transformer draws a very small magnetizing current. Under fault condition, the impedance of the grounding transformer is very low. So, when there is a fault here on this side, okay, the impedance of the grounding transformer is very low. In order to limit the fault current, a resistor is connected in series with the neutral grounding. Okay, when there is a fault here, let's say a three-phase fault or any type of fault, there is a large amount of current, okay, that will go back to the source. So there will be a current here, and the high fault current will be resisted by this resistor. Kumbaga, kaya nga may resistor, this is to resist. If there is a short circuit here, okay, so the excess current will drain to the ground. And this resistor will protect this grounding system, thereby protecting this transformer. In order to limit the fault current, a resistor is connected in series with the neutral grounding. It is designed for a short time kVA rating and for carrying the rated current for a very short time of 10 seconds. Okay? So, ginagamit lang pala to, short time. No? Okay. And for carrying the rated current for a very short time. Okay. 10 seconds lang, no? Yan. Okay? So, therefore, we can say that this also acts as a protection in the system, the zigzag transformer. What is my proof that the zigzag transformer is an auto transformer? Basa. From the PEC 2017 edition, section 4.15.1.5. Nalimutan ko na yung page eh. Nasa chapter 4 yon. Madali naman, buklatin mo lang chapter 4, then hanapin mo lang itong 4.15.1.5. Siguradong alam mo na yan. Eh, yung kasama ko nga dito, high school graduate lang, marunong na gumamit ng PEC. Okay? So, tinuro ako gumamit ng PEC. Oh, engineer na ngayon to. Okay. So, grounding auto transformer. What is being said by the PEC? The grounding auto transformer covered in this section are zigzag. You see? Okay? The grounding auto transformer are zigzag. Or, oh, may another term pa pala. T-connected transformer. Huh? Connected to 3-phase, 3-wire, ungrounded system. Okay. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Yung transformer mo na to, connected siya sa 3-phase, 3-wire. Para rin siyang letter T. Ito nga pala, ito, may winding dito dalawa, magka-series to. Itong winding na to, magka-series. Ito pala, isa lang yung winding nga pala dito. So, delta connected to. Wala kasing ground to eh. No? Magke-create ka ng system dito, ng transformer dito, maglalagay ka para magkaroon ng ground. Para pag nagkaroon ng mga overcurrent dito, especially fault current, this may protect. I-drain niya yung fault current dito. The fault current will be drained here. Unlike if you don't have, their fault occurs. Remember, it is a power transformer. Let's say you have 5 MVA, 10 MVA transformer. It's very large. That will create a higher fault current. You see? That may damage. And this will help the zigzag transformer also to protect this transformer. So, let us read. The grounding autotransformer are zigzag. T-connected transformer are connected to 3-phase, 3-wire ungrounded system. Initially, ito 3-phase, 3-wire, di ba? Tama? Kasi delta to eh. This is 3-phase, 3-wire because this is delta. Now, the T-connected transformer connected to 3-phase, 3-wire ungrounded system for the purpose of creating. You see, take a look at the purpose. What is the purpose? For the purpose of creating the 3-phase, 4-wire distribution system. You see, this will create 3-phase, 4-wire or providing a neutral point for grounding purposes. There is a neutral point here. You see? For grounding purposes. And the primary objective of grounding or purpose of grounding is for safety. Isn't it? Safety. This will protect. That is a protective transformer. No? This and able to create a ground path here, a grounding path. Okay? Providing a neutral point for grounding purposes. Such transformer shall have a continuous per phase current rating and continuous neutral current rating. If we mean a per phase current, where is the per phase current of this transformer? If we mean per phase current, the current flowing in the coil. Even here, if we are referring to the phase, that is the current flowing in the coil itself. Doon sa mismong winding. No? So, doon mismo yon. Zigzag connected transformer shall not be installed on the load side of any system grounding connection, including those made. Okay. Okay, this is now the answer to your question. Daming pasakalye, no? This is now the answer. Actually, your question is just a footnote in the PEC. Biro mo, pati footnote kinukuha nila, no? This is the question. You see, pakita ko muna. FPN means the fine print notes. Nababasa ba nila to, partner? Kita naman. FPN is the fine print notes. Going back to your question is this. The phase current in a grounding autotransformer is blank the neutral current. You will not find this in PEC if you type in the Google that if you will type this, the phase current in a grounding transformer is blank. The Google will not give you the answer. Okay? So you can rephrase this question. You can rephrase this. No? Question. But it is already found in the code. This is your question. The phase current in a grounding autotransformer is blank, The neutral current. What's the answer? Kawerpan Junel. Ano ba? Nababasa ba niya yan? Partner? Kawerpan, nababasa mo ba to? Is blank the neutral current. What is the answer?
1/3.
1/3. Very. Nababasa mo to? Can you read this? 1/3.
Hindi makita.
Paano mo nalaman yung sagot? Ayan po, nakasulat po mismo dito. Kawerpan Junel.
Yes po.
1/3 po ang sagot. Is 1/3 the neutral current. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the answer is 1/3 from the code. No? I know you have something, you have a reviewer on you.
Yes,
What is the answer of your reviewer?
1/3.
Ha?
1/3.
1/3. Therefore, your reviewer is correct. Okay? But do not rely there 100%. Because there may be imperfection. Well, that is understandable. No? Maaaring hindi lahat yan perfect. Baka may typo error. No? The best is you better consult the PEC. Okay? Kajunel? It's much better na wag tayong aasa ka basta sa reviewer lang. No? Mas maganda. Lalo kung nagkaroon ka ng doubt, punta ka sa PEC. No? Okay? You make a research. Okay? So this is my answer. 1/3. Thank you. Salamat. Okay, the next question came from Mr. Emmanuel. Ano ba ang ano niya? Andiyan ba siya, partner? Is he connected, si Emmanuel? He's not connected. Anyway, I think he's Emmanuel Gogolin. Apelido niya. Tama ba? So, Emmanuel, this is your question. No? Your question actually, no? You send this, no? Good afternoon po. Tanong ko lang kung bakit ginawang negative yung 10. Well, for our non-Filipino audience, no? He is asking, why is that there is a negative 10 here? Actually, this is a bar angle. Bar angle. Okay? I will solve this question. Basically, I will solve this question, this problem. Okay, a voltage of, let's see, here, we're given a voltage impressed across the load consisting of two parallel paths. Okay, I will draw this circuit. There are two parallel paths here. Take a look po, tingnan po natin. We have the load 1 and the load 2. Then we have here our E. We have an AC source. So, our E is, what is the given there? 120. 120 bar angle, positive 10. Positive 10 degrees. For our, we have here our I1 and we have here our I2. That's already given. Already given. I1 and I2 are already given. Calculate the power delivered to the load. So these are the following watts. Okay. Actually, we can get the value also of the volt ampere and also the K bar, no? The bar. I mean, you can also calculate that. Okay. The question is the power delivered. Okay. This is my solution. This is I total. I total. I will get first our I total. What is our I total? By Kirchhoff current law, I total is equal to I1 plus I2. What is our I1? I1 is 15. Bar angle, negative 50 degrees. Okay? Please listen carefully, especially our REE student or BSEE student. This is an electrical engineering board question. Okay? So we have here 8 angle 40 degrees. Angle 40 degrees. So let us calculate this using our calculator, using calculator technique. Put your calculator in mode 2. Well, we are using Casio FX 570 ES Plus. Okay? That's a 570 ES Plus. Okay? Okay? So this calculator. This is actually the second edition. There you are. One. Okay? Gusto nyo bumili. Ito. Okay. So, that should be second edition. Okay? You can also use the FX991 or 570 ES Plus, no? Parehas lang yon. Okay. Put your calculator in mode 2. Then, you press now 15 bar angle. You have to press the shift and then the negative sign para lumabas yung bar angle. So, that is negative 50. Okay. Plus 8 bar angle. 40 degrees. 15 bar angle negative 50 plus 8 bar angle 40. That is equal to... Okay, once you press this, okay, then you press shift to 3. Okay, mode 2, then you input this value, then you press now shift to 3 in your calculator. Okay, shift to 3 equals. So, the answer for I total, it will be 17. This is negative 21. 0.93. 0.93 degrees. Okay? 0.93 degrees. Now, if we are to calculate the volt ampere, remember that volt ampere is P plus minus JQ. It has the real component and imaginary component, no? Medyo pasintabi muna sa ating mga master, kasi advanced mathematics to. Medyo higher math na po kasi ito, no? Pagbigyan naman natin yung ating mga BSEE students natin, no? So, we have here the S. S is equal to, no? Kumbaga, yung advanced mathematics po kasi, ano na yun eh. Dapat may knowledge ka dun sa calculus, no? Medyo higher. Ito na po yung last subject, no? Ng engineering sa math, no? Last math subject to. So, our S is equal to V multiplied by I. Take a look here. Take a look. If you see a negative here, if you see negative, no? Well, kung gusto nyo magkaroon ng knowledge sa ating mga master, no? Sa ating mga electrician, pwede kayong mag-join, no? Magkakaroon kami ng math proficiency course online. So, later, I will discuss that with you. Okay? So, January 4 ang simula po namin, no? Pwede kayong mag-enroll doon. Para maintindihan nyo yung mga dinidiscuss ko dito sa mathematics. Kasi, ano na po kagad ito? Application kagad kasing ginagawa natin. Dapat magsimula tayo sa simula talaga. So, okay. So, take a look here. Okay. This is a negative, no? If you have a negative current, meaning that is a lagging power factor. That is lagging. Okay. Lagging means inductive. Inductive. Remember, in alternating current circuit, it has three very important triangles. What are these three triangles? They have all the same angle. Take note. There may have different sides. Possible, iba-iba yung side. Posible yon. Pero yung angle nila, iisa lang yon. No? This is the impedance triangle, resistance, and reactance. No? Some portion, I believe, maintindihan din ng ating mga RMEs. No? Maintindihan nyo to. At least magkaroon kayo ng konting idea dito. No? Ito naman, meron din to sa RME, di ba? So, this is our apparent power, real power, and reactive power in AC circuits. Okay? Actually, sa RME review natin, partner, topic natin last time, AC circuits. No? So, this is our admittance triangle, admittance, conductance, and susceptance. No? Okay. Take note of this. Our Z, that is equal to the magnitude of Z plus minus theta. Our S is equal to the magnitude of S plus minus theta. Our Y is equal to the magnitude of Y plus minus theta. See? And then, I will add for the current. The current is equal to the magnitude of the current, 6 of plus minus theta of the current. That is quite different. No? The theta here is the theta of the current. No? Maring iba ito kumpara sa tatlo na to. But this three has all the same angle. If this is 30 degrees, this is also 30, and this is also 30. Okay? So, please take note of this. Okay? Please take note of this. Take a look here. No? This is admittance, reciprocal of impedance. If you have this as positive, that is capacitive. If this is negative, that is inductive. Take note. Inductive. And also this. Remember, in admittance, in apparent power, and in current, always remember, if that is positive, that is capacitive. The nature is capacitive. If you have negative, 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 that is inductive. No? Inductive. Load. Okay? So, tandaan nyo yun, ha? Pag positive, capacitive. Di ba magkatunog? Pag positive, capacitive. Pag negative, inductive. Inductive load. Okay? Okay. Always remember, if that is positive, that is capacitive. Positive, capacitive, positive, capacitive, positive, capacitive. Did you get that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, what is yes? Yes, sir. Bisaya eh. Kaya yes, sir. Okay. If that is positive, meaning that is capacitive. This is what I'm trying to say. If that is negative, that is inductive. You see? Pag positive, capacitive. Pag negative, inductive. So, tandaan nyo yun, ha? Pero pagdating sa impedance, magkabaliktad po yan. Ang positive sa impedance, ito ay inductive. Tandaan nyo, pagdating sa impedance, baliktad, no? Ibang usapan yan, no? Sa impedance, pag negative ang angle mo, capacitive yon. Pero, sa tatlong ito, admittance, kuryente, the current, and apparent power, if that is positive, that is capacitive. Positive, capacitive. Okay? Magkatunog, di ba? Positive, capacitive. Okay? So, di pa natin nasasagot yung tanong. Okay. Dinidiscuss muna natin yung mga basic principle niya. Medyo mahaba po kasi ipaliwanag to eh. So, the question here is simply, what is the watts? Okay? What is the watts? We have to get our S. Okay? Our voltage is positive 10. Okay? Is positive 10. And this is negative 21.93. Let us have in vector form. What do I mean in vector form? Where is the voltage? Our voltage is at positive 10 degrees. Take a look. This is the positive 10 degrees. That is our voltage E. Please listen, REE student, BSEE student, REE reviewees, please listen. So, if we have a negative 21 for current, let's say this is our current. For voltage, what is that? 10 degrees. Positive 10 degrees. For current, it is negative. Of course, if that is negative, that should rotate in clockwise direction. If that is positive angle, that will rotate in a counterclockwise direction based from trigonometry. Okay? So this is negative 21.93 degrees. See? Negative 21.93 degrees. Okay? But where is the phase difference? The phase difference is this. That is the angle between the total voltage and total current. Theta phase difference. Looking from this vector diagram, what is our phase difference? Theta phase difference, take note, that is simply our theta, which is our angle here. Which is our angle in the impedance, also known as the impedance angle, power angle, admittance angle. They mean all the same. Okay. The phase difference between the voltage and current is how much? What is the dimension or size of this? That is 10. Kitang-kita naman, tingnan nyo mabuti. That is 10. The magnitude is 10. But what is the magnitude of this? We have to add this, plus 21.93. Right? So the answer here is 31.93 degrees. That is the angle theta. There is an alternative way for this. By formula. Our theta is equal to theta leading minus theta lagging. Theta lagging. Okay? Always remember that the more positive is the more leading. Who is leading? Sino nauuna? The more positive. Sino yon? 10. Positive 10. Minus. According to the formula, that should be minus. Minus the theta lagging, which is our negative 21.93 degrees. So therefore, 10 minus minus is plus. So again, also our answer is that will become plus, right? Negative, negative is positive. So that will become 10 plus 21.93 degrees. So the answer will be 31.93 degrees. You see? 31.93 degrees. Okay? Okay? So that will be our phase difference. Now, looking here, our S is equal to voltage times current. If we are going to directly solve this, we will send this to Emmanuel, no? Yung mismong nagtanong, no? If he is not present there, no? So, because he is our reviewee, no? But To our viewers, no, it's not necessarily that you are our student or enrollee so that you can send question. No, not necessarily. No. It's just that, of course, our student are sending their question also. So we also want to serve them, of course. So we have our voltage 120. If we are just directly solve this, take a look. This is positive 10 degrees multiplied by the current, which is 17, then bar angle negative 21.93 degrees. What will happen? Take a look here. What will happen here? Mode 1 in your calculator, 120 times 17. So the answer is 2040. 2040. Bar angle. Okay, according to advanced mathematics, what will happen here? That will become 10 minus 21.93 degrees. What will happen here? What is the effect? Okay. That will just become 10 minus 21.93. So, the answer would be negative 11.93, of course. No? Oh, minus 10 nga pala yun. Oh, positive. Ito naman, negative. That's why this will become negative. You see, is this correct? The answer is no. The angle is not correct. That is a wrong angle. We already know the angle. The answer must be 31.93. I mean, this must be 31.93. But how I will make it as 31.93, sir? This is a formula from electrical engineering books. Okay? So this is our formula. No? Okay. So we have here our 10. No? We have here our 10. Okay? We have our 10. No? And we have here our this is our total voltage, our total current here. Okay? So we have here what is the nature of our circuit here. By the way, is that inductive or capacitive? If that is resistive, that should give a zero angle. Okay? I will get first the impedance. I'll show you the impedance. I will go back there. Mahaba lang po talaga ipaliwanag to. V over I. What is our voltage? 120. Bar angle, positive 10 degrees. What is our total current? 17. Bar angle, negative 21.93. So therefore, our Z will be what? From advanced engineering mathematics, this is 120. So you have to divide it by 17. So that is equal to 7.06. And this is 10. Okay, so we have to subtract this because that is a rule in advanced mathematics. If you are dividing, the angle must be subtracted. This will become 10 minus, that will become plus. I mean, 10 minus 21.93. Minus is positive. So that will become plus. Therefore, the answer will become positive, but 31.93, of course. Again, we said that if the angle here are positive, please close up this portion. If the angle here is positive, that is inductive. Therefore, the nature of our circuit is inductive. That is inductive. That is the nature of our circuit. That is inductive. Take a look here. This is what we call the voltage conjugate method. Voltage conjugate. This is a very deep discussion. Okay? This is for REE reviewees already. Okay? Voltage conjugate. Okay? So, we have here this, a symbol of B, we have a voltage conjugate. So, we have here our S that's equal to B. What do we mean by voltage conjugate? We have to reverse the polarity of the voltage. So, this is 120 bar angle. If that is positive 10, make it negative 10 degrees. Multiplied by the current, which is 17 bar angle, negative 21.93 degrees. There you can have now the advanced mathematics principle. If you are multiplying, you have to multiply the magnitude of 120 and 17. How much is this? 120 times 17, that is equal to 2040. 2040, and then bar angle, of course, negative, and this is also negative. By algebra, okay, you have to press your negative 10. If you are multiplying, you have to add. Plus, of course, that should be negative 91.93. So, the answer now will be negative 31.93 degrees. So, this is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Okay? You see, they have now the same angle. You see, they have now the same angle here. Okay, so parehas na po silang angle dito. No? You see, 31.93. Then, let us just convert this into rectangular form. This is because this is in polar form. Okay, that is 2040, okay, bar angle, mode 2 in your calculator. 2040 shift bar angle, so negative 31.93. Okay, then shift 2, 4. 2-4. Press shift 2-4. Okay? You just have to input this, mode 2 in your calculator, then input this, then shift 2-4. Then make it shift 2-4. Okay, so this is shift 2-4. So we have here 1,731.34 minus 1,078.92i. So, because this is imaginary component, in complex number. This I represent our Q. And this represent our P. Remember that. Okay? So, if this is our P, therefore, our answer is letter, that is 1731. The answer will be letter A. 1731. No? That is a long journey. Okay? You see? Well, this is for REE licensure exam. No? So, from time to time, we will solve also board questions from REE, no? REE board exam, no? Hindi naman puro pang RME yung ating dinidiscuss po dito, no? But please bear with us sa ating pong mga electricians, kung meron man mga technicians na connected po, no? Kasi sa ngayon di pa natin mahiwalay, no, yung ating REE and RME mentoring. So for the meantime, ganito po muna tayo, no? Okay? So from time to time we'll be answering, no, para naman mapagbigyan naman natin yung ating mga BSEE student, no? Not only technology or technicians, okay? So that is my answer to the question of Emmanuel, no? Thank you. Okay po, bali tayo po magbabasa po ng ating mga social media comments po. Okay? So hanggang dyan po muna ang ating pong discussion kasi meron pa po tayong webinar. Okay, let's go on to some question. Pwede dyan na tayo magbasa? O dito na lang. Okay, so let us read some comments, no, from John Fernandez. His comment is very informative po, Sir Reg, ang mga topics at discussion. Salamat po, may ganitong mga free mentoring. More power and sana tuloy-tuloy pa po ang inyong ganitong pagbibigay ng opportunity. We support you din po sa mga videos nyo. God bless po. Charlemagne R. Cruz, maraming salamat, Kuya Reg. Pinapalakas mo ang kuryente sa utak namin. God bless. Jonathan Mendoza from Pangasinan, laking salamat po sa magandang topic. Nagising po ako sa topic ngayon. Sa lahat, lalo na po sa design, analysis. Super ganda. Salamat po, Kuya Reg. Jonel P. Tipait, God bless to Kawerpa. Kuya Reg, dito lang po ako natuto sa ganitong programa ninyo. Sana tuloy-tuloy next generation. Peter Daroy Magbanwa, Kuya Reg, you are not only a good teacher who explains, but indeed a great teacher that inspires. Learning is so much easier with you. You are teaching us like a bunch of live wires and seeing it that we will well-grounded with the proper education. Thanks be to God. Kuya Reg, your positivity and encouragement to us will give confidence to pursue our dream. Napakaliwanag po ng inyong pagpapaliwanag. You're a great mentor. We learn so much from you. Have a great day, more power, and God bless MPHT Review Center. Thank you very much. Rizalito Bayre, Kuya Reg, maraming salamat sa discussion today. Bagong kaalaman po ito sa akin. God bless po. Mark Anthony Heraldo, ang ganda po ng sinabi ni Engineer regarding sa practice. Ganon kahalaga ang practice ng paulit-ulit hanggang sa makabisado mo na para maging synchronized na sa isip mo para pagdating mo sa time ng competitive or exam, kahit iba ang nasa isip mo, pero pagkita mo na yung problem sa exam, hindi ka na mahihirapan isolve kasi napaghandaan mo na ng paulit-ulit. Salamat, Engineer, sa simpleng motivation. Napakaganda ng sinabi mo. At mahalaga din ang patuloy na umattend ng mga webinar. Salamat, MPHT. Sunny Boy Locaberte, boom, gising. Para kang kape, Kuya Reg. Nagising talaga ang diwa ko ngayon. Kahit antok pa dahil puyat sa review, napaka-energetic at may emphasis ang pagtuturo. And the same time, marami naman akong natutunan this Sunday. Higit ka talaga, hindi ka talaga antukin. Maraming salamat, Kuya Reg. Thanks be to God. Nelson Rosanto from Negros Oriental. Maraming salamat Kuya Reg. Kawerpa ka talaga magpaliwanag sa PEC o electrical. Sagad sa buto ang paliwanag mo. Mula bunga sa sanga. Mula bunga sa sanga, puno at kasulok-sulukan ng ugat ng puno ng PEC o electrical. Ang dami mong natulungan. God bless and more power to MPHT Review Center. Yan po ang ating mga social media comments, mga kawerpa. Okay, so tuloy lang po natin. Kapraso na lang po ito, mga kawerpa. Tuloy-tuloy po ang ating pong mga mentoring program na ginagawa. No? Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 to 6 p.m. po ito. No? Inaanyayahan namin kayo, yung mga naka-tune in, no? Sa ating pong Facebook Live, no? Join po kayo sa aming Zoom class, no? Makikita nyo po ang Zoom ID sa aming Facebook account, sa Marinice Powerhouse Facebook account, no? Nandun po ang mga announcements po namin, no? Then every Tuesdays and Thursdays 4 to 6, Sundays 11:30 to 1 p.m. Lalo na ating mga students, no? Kahit first year ka pa lang sa engineering or technology course, no? O kahit sabihin natin, isa ka pang STEM student sa senior high school, no? Pwede kang mag-join dito sa ating ginagawang mga programs na ito. Then, meron tayong free 3-in-1 webinar. We have free REE and RME review on selected topics. This is every Sunday, no? Special topics and REE mentoring. REE, RME mentoring, no? Handog sa atin ng UN Television, your public service channel. No? So sila po ang sponsor ng ating mga free services na ginagawa, mga kawerpa. Kaya pasalamatan naman natin, palakpakan naman natin ng UN Television. Okay, so without them, di po tayo makakasurvive, no? Para magkaroon ng ganitong magandang program, no? Natutulungan po nila tayo, no? With the help of UNTV, no? Your public service channel. Okay. So, ito na po ang mga schedule natin this December, no? Ayan, no? Meron na rin po kami for this, partner. Wala pa ba dito yung January natin? Kala ko na ilagay mo na. No? Sa special. Okay, sige. Ilalagay po namin sa susunod, mga kawerpa, yung schedule. Okay, promote ko, electrical products mo. Baka may nakikinig po sa ating mga electrical suppliers, no? Matutulungan namin kayo ma-promote ang inyong mga produkto. No? Ang gagawin nyo lang po, ipadala nyo lang sa amin ang operating principle, no? Okay, yung technical side lang naman po ito, mga kawerpa, no? Naming mga supplier, para ma-discuss po natin sa special topic. Dito po yan, every Sunday, no? Okay? Halos 1.5 hour ang ating iaalat na time, no? At pwede rin naman po silang magsalita on the marketing side, no? Para ma-promote sa Powerhouse family, no? Sa medyo lumalaking pamilya natin, no? Ilan na ba subscriber natin sa YouTube? No? 1.70 plus na yun no? More than 1,700 subscriber, no? And still counting, mga kawerpa, no? Ayan. Okay, so sana, no, yung ating mga electrical suppliers makipag-ugnayan po sa atin. Libre po, maipopromote namin ang inyong mga negosyo. Okay. So, nang walang bayad, no? Biro mo, this is a free advertisement na gagawin namin, no? Mga suppliers, ng electrical suppliers, no? Mga electrical suppliers po, I mean, no? This is bridging the gap between the academe and industry, no? So, ma-upgrade pa natin ang ating mga students, no? And even professionals, no? Kasi sometimes meron din tayo mga participants dito na mga already licensed REEs, RMEs, no? Kung minsan nga, mayroon pang naliligaw ng mga PEE na sumisilip sa ating mga webinar, no? Okay. So, ito po ang ating special webinar for the month of December. Mga kawerpa, baka gusto nyo humabol ngayong araw, no? Magpapasimula na po ang batch 30. Biro mo, nakaka-30 batches na pala tayo nito ng ating Practical Electrical Design course, no? Or webinar. December 22, 23, and 28, 6 to 10 p.m. mga kawerpa, no? At batch 7 ng aming Practical Electrical Estimation course, 1,000 pesos on December 29 and 30, 6 to 10 p.m. Yan. So, baka gusto nyo pong humabol, mga kawerpa, sa aming ginaganap na special webinars. Meron na po kaming schedule this coming January 2021 ng mga special webinar ng building wiring, industrial motor control, practical electrical design, and electrical estimation. Ito ipopost po namin sa aming Facebook account, no? Mababasa nyo po lahat ang detalye niyan, mga kawerpa, no? Murang-mura lang, no? Actually, yung 4 na topic na to, partner, is only worth 4,000 pesos, no? During the time na tayo nagpe-face-to-face, isang program lang po yung 4,000 pesos na yon. Samantalang ngayon, ang 4,000 na ito ay 4 na, no? 4 in 1. Okay? Isang beses ka lang magbabayad, 4 na kaagad, no? Kung gusto mo naman, utay-utayin mo lang yung mga topic, no? Building wiring natin, 700 lang. Ang motor control, 800. Ang electrical design natin ay 1,500. Ang ating estimation course ay only 1,000 pesos. Ayan. Ito naman po ang mga topic na i-discuss sa ating special webinar, no? At ito ang pinakabago naming special webinar, mga kawerpa, no? Ito pong special webinar on mathematics proficiency with calculator techniques via Zoom. Mga kawerpa, baka may gusto pong mag-avail ng atin pong program na ito, no? At least senior high graduate po sana, no? Pero kung purely high school grad, no? Let's see, tingnan po natin kasi medyo highly mathematical po ito, yung ating mga topic, no? Yung mga kasi ito para sa mga students, engineering students, even yung ating mga nagbo-board exam, applicable din to sa mga teachers, no? Yung mga let reviewist, no? Kasi magsisimula naman tayo ng algebra, no? Papuntang mga trigonometry, no? So calculus, advanced mathematics, no? Then up to basic accounting and economy, no? Meron din po tayo niyan. Magkano, sir? It's only 2,777 pesos, no? Napakamura, mga kawerpa. Libre pa po ang e-certificate, e-lecture handouts, pati exams, no? Dapat pala may S, no? Libre po ang mga examinations nito, no? With solution, no? Papadala namin sa inyo online. So ito pong maganda, no? Meron pa tayong video book, no, na libre with this a very small amount of money, no? Lalo na yung ating mga, halimbawa si Sir Peter, no, matagal na siyang graduate. Kung gusto mong ma-refresh, ayan, no? So magandang bagay po ito na ma-enroll po ng ating mga kawerpa, no? At least sana STEM graduate. STEM meaning senior high ng science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Pero pwede rin po ang ating mga high school graduate na electrician, no? Kaya lang, you have to step up, no? You have to, because this is already a review course in mathematics, no? Medyo advanced po ang pagtuturo dito, no? So, kung tsatsagain ninyo, kaya naman, no? Kaya naman, no? Everybody, no? Kakayanin naman, no? So, this is a very nice program. Ganon din sa mga gustong maging engineer, mga ETIAP students or gustong mag-avail ng ETIAP program ng CHED. Yung mga technicians, electricians na gustong maging engineering just 1 year, no? Ito'y magandang program po ito para sa inyo, no? So, i-discuss po natin lahat ng mathematics subjects, no? May pa-bonus pa na basic accounting and economy. Okay? 2,777 lang, no? Napakamura. 2,777. Okay? So, okay, yung ating naman pong special promo, 13,000 lang po if you will pay in cash, no? Sa ating REE review and refresher hanggang December 24 na lang po ito. Kaya magmadali na tayo, mga kawerpa, no? At ating namang mga master, no? Nakawerpa for RME review and refresher 12,000 po, no? Laki na po ang natipid nyo dyan, 3,000, no? Sa REE 4,000 ang savings ninyo kaysa magbayad po kayo ng regular price. So, this is the lowest price as of now, no? So, 13,000 for REE, 12,000 for RME, on or before December 24 lang po. No? Pwede rin naman pong installment yan, ano? So, i-message nyo lang po kami sa aming Facebook account or sa Messenger, Marina's Powerhouse, no? Okay. We also offer Master Plumber Review. Ito po ang aming mga books, REE books, RME, Master Plumber Books. Ayan. Then, please continue watching our videos in my YouTube channel, mga kawerpa. Huwag po kayong mag-alala. Lahat po ng mga lectures ko sa mentoring, i-upload po namin sa aming YouTube. Kaya pwede nyo balik-balikan. Maaaring sa unang pasada, hindi nyo kagad na-gets nung nagla-live tayo. Pero balikan nyo po ang video para mas ma-refresh po kayo. At huwag nyo na rin kalimutan mag-comment. Paki-share na rin po. At sana, baka pwede po, panoorin nyo yung ilang segundong commercial doon sa ating mga yung mga advertisement sa ating mga videos, So, saglit lang naman po 'yon yung mga commercial, Okay? So, with this, we should say thanks be to God, mga kawerpa. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga Facebook viewers, sa inyong pakikinig. Thanks be to God. Thank you.